I'd like to call the City of LaPorte Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. It is 9:05, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Jim Sims, if you would lead us, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got a nice crowd today, Mayor.
Excellent crowd. We love our street team. Roll call, Clerk Treasurer Parthun.
Member Romine,
Present.
Mayor Dermody,
Present.
Member Kosher.
Here.
All present.
Approval of October 21st, 2025 meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of October 28, 2025 special meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Public comment. I do not have any public comment. Jeff Batchelor, Street Department. Mike Fraze, Street Department. I'm sorry. Michael, sir, you can make a comment.
Oh, I was gonna make a public comment, yeah, sorry.
No, I didn't have a sheet, so please come forward, state, that's okay, state your name and address for the record.
This is I'm Bob Seco, fax teacher, LaPorte Middle School. We just bought a house at 408 Rockwood, so doing some work here, but I was in front of the board back last July 2024, and just wanted to update you. We did get approved for the Fred Menon marker. For those that don't know, Jiffy Pop inventor Fred Menon was from LaPorte. It took me 2 years to get approved, but it's finally been approved for Plaza 618. So I'm working with Craig Phillips because we need to get this signed and kind of pick out a spot over there. So I just wanted to update you that we're moving forward. It should be installed sometime next year, and we'll have a public dedication ceremony, and I'll just kind of keep you informed. So it was the good news, and I had a day off because I got a lot of work done at the house, and figured I'd come in and say thank you, and I'll keep you up to date.
Well, that is great news. Thank you for that. And Mr. Kosher had whispered, can he get one of those Jiffy Pop t-shirts?
I was
Hey,
Love
just going
it.
to say, what an opportunity for a Jiffy
Yeah.
Pop / LaPorte co-branded T-shirt.
there you go. Yep. eBay, $25, so, but, all right.
You know, it's amazing. We have so many people that have done great things in LaPorte that you may not know or you may not hear of. So thank you for bringing this to light, and we look forward to that marker.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Mike Fraze.
Not just invented here, but produced here at American Home Foods.
And you can still buy it. I saw it in Al's the other day, so.
And set your house on fire.
Rachel, have you ever tried Jiffy Pop?
Yeah, I can't get behind it for flavor, but I love it.
We need to teach her about local foods.
It's as much fun to make as it is to eat, Rachel.
Well, that's true.
I almost burned my kitchen down. And there's a photo to prove it.
Mike Fraze, we got a great team here, the street team. Welcome. Everybody say hello. We love our street team. Good stuff, Michael. What's happening?
I want to condemn one of our employees, Jim Sims and Tanisha Griffith, come up to the stand. Tanisha Griffith. On October 20, let me get my glasses done. On October 2025, Jim Sims and Tanisha Griffin went up to Craftco in Illinois to pick up material for crack sealing machine. The day before, they had no problem picking up the material. On this day, when the forklift was backing up, lowering the tailgate on the dump truck, the forklift driver went too fast and the tailgate fell off the fork, and the chain snapped to hold the tailgate up. Jim was standing next to the tailgate, and his thumb was in the chain. After the tailgate fell, Jim felt his thumb get caught in the chain. Jim looked at his hand, and part of his thumb was missing. At this point, Jim reached down and picked up the part of the thumb that was moved and secured it. Jim started to get really upset with what had just happened. Tanisha ran to Jim and put pressure on the wound. Jim started to go into shock from seeing his thumb on the ground, and Tanisha calmed Jim down and took him to the hospital. Tanisha stayed with Jim until I showed up, talking to him and keeping him calm. I went to commend Tanisha Griffin for the job that she had done with helping Jim to remain calm and help with the first aid. You did an outstanding job in helping a fellow employee during his time in need.
Jim, is there anything you'd like to add? Come forward to the microphone.
Me and T already talked, I told her, you know,
Please come forward to the mic.
I appreciate what T did for me, and I also appreciate what you, Jeff, and Mike done. So,
Well,
Okay,
thanks, because
come
I
on.
got in trouble at the ER there in Francisca, and they kicked me out of there, so.
you guys are up there calling me if I need anything. Mike and Jeff come out to the house, so I appreciate it.
And give us an update. How are you doing?
I went yesterday, he looked at us looking good. He was gonna take stitches out, but he gonna wait till it's coming Monday, let it heal a little more, and to take stitches out. And might be a little therapy with, I don't know what, I mean, I can move it as long as I don't bump it. you know.
We're excited to have you back. And Tanisha, please come forward. What do you think of all this attention, well-deserved attention to you? Please come forward to the mic.
I don't like it.
Explain, tell everybody how long you've been here with the street department.
I've been here, 6 months going on?
Yeah.
A little over 6 months, and it's not so bad. I like my coworkers and everybody. Yeah.
And remaining calm during this situation, because that could not have been easy to deal with from your perspective.
No, it wasn't. And he
He
was,
kept me calm.
yeah, he was trying to be Superman and wrap it up and trying to drive back, and I'm like, no. So, yeah. I
Well-
drove him to the hospital to make sure he got the care he needed.
Amazing.
Please come forward, all three of you. We'd like to take a photo, and get up here too. Come on, Jess. Come on up here, Marcus. How about some love for the street team? When are you coming back after you wait till next week? And Jim, even when anybody that wasn't there, I can't tell you how many texts, whether it was Annette, Courtney, Andrea, everybody checking on you minute by minute to make sure you were okay. So I want you to know how much everybody does care about you. I know the street team cares about you. And, you know, everybody drove up there, got the trucks, got everything. So thanks to all of you to make that happen. You can give yourself a round of applause. And the best part about Board of Works or meeting, you don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting if you choose not to.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah.
Clerk Treasurer, claims approval.
Almost half your audience today. We have civil city payroll for October 24th, 2025 in the amount of $553,574.25.
I move we approve the civil city payroll.
Second?
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Civil city claims in the amount of $842,574.09.
I move we approve the civil city claims.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Sewage claims in the amount of $445,797.82.
I move we approve the sewage claims.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Water claims in the amount of $230,048.34.
I move we approve the water claims.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Council, I'm going to move to the next agenda item, if I may,
Please.
Your Honor. I have at the council meeting last night, the council approved an additional appropriation from MVH Restricted for the crack sealing machine and materials. This didn't go on the docket because the additional appropriation was not approved yet. Now that that's approved, I'm asking if we can pay this Sourcewell contract for the crack sealing machine and materials. We will also have a legal opinion on this as it's a Sourcewell item.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Otis, legal opinion?
Yes, so this,
Just 'cause
and
it's
I will
Sourcewell.
issue a legal, like a formal written opinion, but this is an appropriate way to purchase this equipment.
And again,
Sourcewell makes it much, you get better, I mean, they obviously have big buying power, makes it much easier for us, rather than sending 3 quotes out or bids or, so.
and Mr. Batchelor, this was a need because we've really had a priority focus on crack sealing, and our current machine, or the previous machine, had gone down.
Yeah, the machine broke down, so it's definitely needed, and they've been out almost every day with the machine, too.
And we do want to acknowledge that the water department and the wastewater department is also involved in paying for the crack sealing machine, so thank you for that.
They
Thank
looked
you to
real, they
both.
looked real happy when,
They knew about it.
I do have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Next is just becoming more of a regular ask of us, request of us, permission to transfer from the Civics credit card 6609 clearing account to the actual Civic non-reverting 5504 fund, just for cash flow purposes. We will do that through today's date. So the last date we transferred, I think, was October 21st. Sorry, I had to see what date it was today. And so, yeah, just asking from October 22nd through today's date.
And again, with a great concert Saturday, we want to make sure we move those dollars into the fund to be used, because again, the Civic, Beechwood, is a part of accountability, responsibility with taxpayer dollars. As you all have supported, we wanted those two entities to generate their own revenue and not be requiring property tax dollars, limited property tax dollars from the past. So do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
So Mayor, like, how close are we to basically being break even or profitable? in
Well,
terms of the Civic?
Beechwood had a great year. The Civic is very close. We've had some struggles. Sometimes when you try different things, new things, the concerts don't always work. LaPorte, I think, is definitely a supporter of 80s rock, 70s rock, and, the country concerts, the other things that have been tried maybe didn't work out as well. But, we've also got the basketball tournament coming around the corner. We've got opportunities to pay some bills up front. So those funds need to go out. And by the way, is it VJ Edgecombe?
VJ Edgecombe, yeah, he's a rookie for the Philadelphia 76ers, leading scorer as a rookie, over 20 points a game in the NBA this year, played 2 years ago at the Civic.
So what an event, by the way. I mean, everybody can enjoy that from Friday through Sunday this year in January. So
Mark, the other thing I would add, and Mark Schreiber and I worked together. I went to an undergrad at Belmont, which was a huge music business school, and never once took a music business class, but Mark and I have become very familiar with the music industry and the contracts. And, you know, we have a venue, the Civic is amazing, but it's, you know, capacity-wise, it doesn't make sense to bring in, you know, we've tried some kind of bigger, you know, bands that were big at one point, and it's hard to make the numbers make sense with those. So as the mayor alluded to, some of the cover bands or these are really kind of a bread and butter of the Civic.
I still believe we're missing boxing or UFC, but maybe.
Mayor's apparently going to make an exception for Pearl Jam, but we haven't made those numbers work yet.
So do I have a motion to approve? I think I have one.
Yes.
Further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Department head reports. Andrea Smith. Jess Poljarek. Communications.
Good morning. As you're talking about the LaPorte Invitational, I just wanted to give a shout out that the website, the new website, laporteinvitational.com, is done. It's live, so be sure to go check it out and buy your tickets. That's it.
We are switching that to a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event
Yeah,
too this
that's
year,
awesome.
correct?
I heard
Yeah, I
you
think.
So I was going to
that.
ask you, because you mentioned Sunday, so Friday, Saturday, not Thursday through Saturday?
Correct, yeah,
Friday through Sunday.
attendance hasn't been as good on Thursdays, and we're able to make it work with the teams, so.
That's
You'll be able to go
awesome.
right out from Mass right to the game. Roscoe Hoffman, IT. Jeff Batchelor.
Yeah, we've been working on Laporte Technologies and cleaning up Teledyne. Gave them a certain amount of time to clean up. There's junk vehicles there. Talked to the guy yesterday about that they can't be there. It's not zoned for that. We also had a deal with Norfolk Southern and their property where somebody took and put about 30 vehicles, junk vehicles on their property. We got everything off of there except one bus. So we're working to get that last bus off that property.
And we're finding them in the meantime.
Yes, and we're finding them for that. So,
And I got to tell you, and this was all over on Brighton Street,
yeah.
Jeff and his team, the code team, have done an amazing job, and they have cleaned up that area, but when they clean it up, the problems really stand out. They really stick out. And then you've got an individual that decided to put 30 junk vehicles on someone else's property and just store them there and think it's okay. So, you know, we brought the railroad police and gets that, has that taken care of. Teledyne, which was a great employer for many, many years, has had an opportunity to clean up. I believe the best thing for that property is it's time to come down. There's no reason for that building to stay up. There are issues. And the out-of-town owners had a couple years to really do something with it. They've not. So I think it's time to clean it up. And Jeff, you and your team, all he hears from me is this. But there's a lot of good that is recognized, so thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Otis,
Nothing other than the items I have on the agenda.
Miss Rachel,
Nothing yet.
Courtney Parthune, Tucker King Engineering.
Yeah, so we have a bid opening on the docket for a storm tree and some pedestrian repairs, and we have our first invoice for the solar project. So excited to do those.
Jerry Jackson, wastewater.
We're pulling the distributor from one of our trickling filters today. We're pulling the distributor on our trickling filter today on one of our bio towers. And I just wanted to report the fire department brought out their ladder truck and helping us do it safely and work from on top of the dome. It's very, very, very nice to have them giving us help.
Hey, Jerry, why don't you report on what the police helped you with, kind of on that? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we have to take the hatch off the top of the dome, and it's very difficult to get up there, hence the ladder truck. But the police brought out their drone so they could go on top of the dome, which is 40-odd feet above the ground in a dome, so it's not easy to climb up. So they took their drone, came right down on it, zoomed in with their camera. We could look at the bolts, we could look at how we need to hook to it to pick it up, gave us all the detail we needed without having to send a guy up there and put him in danger. And then, after that, they flew over to our solar power plant and turned it on to infrared. And solar power panels have chips on them, and they make some heat when they're working. So you can tell by the color difference in infrared how hot they are and whether they're working properly or not. So they identified some problem panels for us. So really a slick tool. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Tim Warner, Water?
Thank you and good morning. I'm excited to announce that the water department's winding down their construction season. It never really stopped last winter. Gives the guys a little break and a little time to concentrate on some leaks and some problem areas that we need to address in town. I can't say enough for the young construction crew I have. They're all they're good guys. They work hard. They think through issues. I think everybody here has seen that over the last couple of years. So I just wanted to thank them for the work they did. They worked a lot of long hours this summer and last winter just to get some projects done that the city needed to get done. Preparing for main break season. We're about there as soon as the ground starts to shift. So we'll be dealing with that. And I'm happy to announce that this morning we got geotech going on at Plant 2 for our solar project around our basin out there. So they're out there drilling right now to do some soil testing to make sure that we can support the weight of the panels around our basin. So yeah, we're excited.
Bert Cook, Economic Development.
Good morning, Mayor. I don't have anything, but if it's okay with you, I'd like Eric Nelson to make an introduction.
We have a special guest here.
Good morning, Eric Nelson, LEAP. I think some of you may know this gentleman. This is Lucas Del Rio. He's a senior at LaPorte High School. He's going to be shadowing with myself and Bert and Mike a couple times this month for his technical communications class. So I wanted to bring him here this morning as our first time meeting together. So,
Lucas, welcome. We have an opportunity to hear what are your thoughts so far of shadowing?
I'm very happy to meet the people in the chamber and learn as much as possible as I can about the city and how to help it the best I can.
Lucas, all right, we can put business aside for a minute here. We know LaPorte City's coming up Friday, and sectional championship is on the line, which priority, and we wish you luck. And
thank you.
Put some people down, let them know.
That's the plan. Beat City on Friday.
Beat City, so good luck to you. We're behind you 100%.
Thank you.
Tell the guys. Brian Favia, please. I can't hear you, sir. Brian, could you come forward, because you do quite a bit with the training and the amount of time that you spend with training with the guys. I think it's important. Our officers are not only on the street protecting, but can you kind of go through training and how often you're spending with the officers, training with gun, fire, and so forth?
I spend quite a bit with training, so I not only do everything gun-related with our department. I'm the less lethal instructor, firearms instructor, rifle instructor. I'm the ERT commander, or SWAT team commander, so I actually do a lot of training with majority of the department. And then now, leading into the training coordinator role, I'll be doing all the training for the department, so yeah, it'll be a year-round job for me.
And it's important, and you heard from Mr. Jackson's perspective about technology, even from a SWAT perspective, technology, keeping our team safe and the guys, while hopefully ending an issue without someone being injured.
We've used the drone quite a few times on SWAT call-outs. It's safer and easier to put that into position into a residence where the officer doesn't have to go just to find out where the threat really is. So it's definitely come in handy. We're very thankful to have it.
Brian takes it very serious, all the training, so we're fortunate to have you, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mark Schreiber, Parks.
Good morning. It's that time of year. The downtown LaPorte Ice Rink will be coming back at the end of the month, November 28th, located at Monroe and State. We are currently hiring for the skate shed. part-time workers to work for us throughout the season. It'll run through the end of January. And then we also are looking for sponsors. So we're looking for rink sponsors, but also sponsors for our free Fridays and our buy one, get one Sundays. Make the skating as affordable as possible and get as many people out. Last year, we had an 80% increase in our participation at the skate rink. So we'd like to build on that for this coming year. And then a couple events I want to highlight coming up at the Civic Auditorium. November 21st, the Park Foundation holds their annual picnic in the park. That is a gala to celebrate the parks, but also a fundraiser for the Park Foundation. And then Lepore will have its 10th year. I can't believe we're already 10 years into the Lepore Brew and Wine Fest. That's on November 22nd. And you can find information at LaporteCivicAuditorium.com.
Thank you, sir. Craig Phillips, plan.
Good morning. Just have one thing to report, and that is want to let the public and members of our city team know that we're going to be having a public open house regarding the comprehensive plan and the progress to date. So we've been working on the city's comprehensive plan for some time now, and we want to offer an opportunity for people to come in and take a look at the progress up to date and offer their thoughts and suggestions with regard to that at the Civic Auditorium on Wednesday, November 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. So just wanted to report about that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
One thing before with Mr. Cook that he did not mention, we had an opportunity to meet with Baker Tilly after the redevelopment meeting and spend some time. And it's a reminder as we talked about the future of local government and what it looks like with all the property tax reform and the continued property tax reduction till through 2031. And the one thing that is a continual message is grow. I'll leave it at that, the total message, but just grow. If you want to survive as a local unit of government, you're going to have to grow. Status quo, just saying no to everything doesn't work. You have to grow as a community, which increases your net assessed value. You have to be open for housing. You have to be open for jobs, new jobs. And housing, we've heard people talk about housing for years that we do not have enough, and as long as it is not in everybody's backyard, it's going to work. But housing, jobs, business, growth is the only way to survive the property tax reform that's coming our way. And I think we've got a great partner in our school system. We need a great school, and that's our focus. So we hope other units of government will come off the Nancy Reagan Just Say No program and start being open to new ways to do things and new ideas of growth.
Well said.
Those department heads that do not have business, go have a great day. And Mr. King is special because we're going to move just for him his quote opening. So, Mr. King, welcome to the top.
I appreciate that. I think our bidders will appreciate that as well.
So you can explain the project?
Yeah, so this is a quote opening for drainage and pedestrian improvements. This is for the northeast corner of Michigan and Lincoln Way, across from the courthouse next to what would be Zeldin's there. We have a lot of issues with the sidewalk there. It's older pavers, they're just getting out of shape, due to time. And so this is us reinvesting, trying to meet what our new pattern book will look like, maybe give an idea of what the future will look like for our downtown area, and also put in some stormwater improvements at the same time. We have a lot of pooling water in that space, and so this is a green infrastructure concept called a storm tree that's also going to be attached to this project, and we're excited to test it out and see if it's something that we could maybe invest more in the future.
And this project includes the paver replacements.
Yeah, so we are replacing all of the pavers with it's not stamped concrete, it's just smaller squares of concrete essentially is what we call for.
And just a reminder to the public, we're going to start seeing a transition of pavers, concrete. It will not all look consistent, but you believe this is the best way for the future?
Yeah,
Is that
I
right?
think we'll have a mix in the future. I mean, if you look at the lifetime of concrete, typically, if it's poured correctly, it lasts longer than the pavers that we have in our downtown area currently. We're starting to run into a lot of issues where pavers aren't meeting ADA accessibility standards anymore, and so we're trying to modernize it and make it look nice. I mean, we want people to enjoy our downtown and be able to do that healthy and safely, you know?
So will those are we going completely away from pavers in that area?
I think this plan in particular does call for all concrete at this time, but I do believe our pattern book involves decorative pavers as a strip near the roadway in certain parts. It depends on where you are in our downtown. I think we can find that pattern book on our planning page on the website, though.
Okay. And otherwise, like the concrete, I think you mentioned stamps, so kind of more of a appealing look.
Yeah, it won't be your typical just concrete sidewalk, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the goal and the focus is concrete for sure, so.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
This was the quoting process, not a bidding process, so
Yeah, I
there was no
apologize.
notice of publication. Tucker and his team contacted vendors directly. We have 2 quotes that we received, so I'll let you open them.
Okay, this first one is Pavey Excavating Company, or Pavey Excavating Company Incorporated. So as a reminder, as a part of the process, we have to send 3 or more quotes out, and whoever responds. Okay, the first is Pavey in the amount of $102,089.
889?
No, just 89, sorry.
102,089.
102,089.00. And our second is from LaPorte County Project Management. Sorry.
And the goal of this project is still to get done this year, correct?
Yes. So that's why we called for concrete. I think we have concrete even replacing part of the parking area as part of that drainage improvement. We would have used asphalt if it was going to go into the springtime. And we have one from LaPorte County Project Management in the amount of $175,296.00. So 175,296.00.
So we would want to motion to approve based on engineering and legal approval
Yes.
and review.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. And again, with the goal, with the project being done this year.
Yes, the intent is for the project to be completed this year.
Mayor, just for clarity, are you recommending one pending approval, or you're asking for us to review and bringing it back at the next Board of Works meeting?
I believe you want to amend that to have
Pavey.
Pavey based on,
I mean, based off bidding price, I didn't look at it
Quote
too
price.
closely. Or quote price, yes,
Yeah.
sorry. Based off quote price, Pavey is $75,000 lower, so
And it's got to be under that $150,000 threshold for a quote.
yes. So,
so
So you're recommending Pavey as the lowest, most responsive bid pending review from my department?
Lowest
would you
one.
like to
Quote,
amend that?
sorry.
Sorry.
Amend it that way.
I would like to amend
Yeah.
it that way.
Second.
Second. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. While I have you, Slicer Pathway still started?
yes, so we have a contract signed for Slicer Pathway. We've met with the project team. If construction hasn't started yet, it will be starting here shortly, and the intention is for it to be done before the winter stops our construction season.
That one is important.
Yes.
That's excellent.
Yes.
They're all important.
No, that's going to be a really big project for us. A safe pedestrian crossing for our kids from Kessling to the high school is awesome.
You need to move
Annette Leffler,
place up too, or no?
I'm sure she meant 4th of July. We can't already be to a Santa parade.
Not only that, what comes next? So, request for use for the Santa Parade. It's basically the same request as last year, which I believe they had changed it around a little bit last year. So they're requesting to use the Plaza 618 as the center of the parade, you know, basically where it ends, and they'll be having activities there, including hot chocolate and treats, things like that. The parade actually starts at, it gathers at Tipton on State Street, and then it'll travel west on State Street to Michigan, then turn towards Lincoln Way, and then on to Lincoln Way to 618 Plaza. So that's their basic request for November 29th. From 1 to 7, they're asking it to be closed, or not closed, Lincoln Way is not going to be closed all of that time.
Comfortable with that? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Also, Mr. Nelson, it might be nice to have Blockhead engage. I know they're a little off, but they might want to participate with LaPorte. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I forgot to mention their insurance is already on file in the clerk's office, their certificate of insurance. And then I'd like to present a proposed holiday schedule for city employees for next year. It's just to give you a little history, I always start with the federal and state holidays and just look at what makes sense for our calendar. So I have proposed 14 holidays for next year.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Is January 31st on the, or December 31st on a weekend? It's just not listed.
We don't always give Christmas
Oh,
or
you
New
guys
Year's
don't get
Eve.
New Year's Eve off?
Yeah, we don't always, it depends on how it falls, so we don't
Oh, you
always
don't
get
want
New
it off
Year's.
because of the season or budget, do you? Sorry. Accountants, we're awful.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The second is our proposed Board of Works meeting schedule. So it stays, the proposal is the same, to keep our meetings on the Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock following the Monday night council meeting. There's a couple, I think there's 3 days, 3 meeting dates that have to be moved to a Wednesday due to a holiday. But that's it.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved. Or, I'm sorry, second.
Discussion. Set your calendars now. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And I just wanted to mention that on today's agenda, I put the wrong date for the next meeting. The next meeting is actually Tuesday, November 18th, not November 21st. So I apologize for that.
Resolution concerning the transfer of real estate in the city.
Mayor, thank you. Before you is a resolution regarding the transfer of 4 parcels from the City of LaPorte to the City of LaPorte Redevelopment Commission. You are the last governing body to consider this. It's already been approved by the Redevelopment Commission and last night at the City Council. These are in 2 different areas. The first 3 parcels are what we know as Beechwood Lakes, and this is part of the development process with Beechwood Lakes. And then the 4th parcel is adjacent to Truesdale Avenue. There is already 1 parcel right on Truesdale in this area that is in the RDC's legal name. This is a larger parcel that the city is working to redevelop and would like this placed with the Redevelopment Commission for that purpose.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. So Nick, in basic terms, it just allows signature by either Courtney or myself
It's signature by you to transfer these to the Redevelopment Commission.
within our own house.
And so the Beechwood Lakes, clearly it kind of got that one, but what's the story with the?
So it's on Truesdale Ave, and if you look, so this, if you're familiar with Truesdale, if you turn by Aldi and 7-Eleven, go back towards Clear Lake. The Banks apartments are on the right side of Truesdale. This is to the left of that, all right? So the parcel right on Truesdale is already in the redevelopment commission's name, and then this is just adding additional land that is, you know, as we look to develop that area.
Join the other parcels
Correct.
for, that the
Yep.
development commission's through, okay.
Correct. Yep, yep. And if you want, Bert, I know Bert has been involved, particularly with Beechwood Lakes, if you have any additional questions on that.
Further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then Rachel Doty is going to handle the second item. This is for the sale of 2510 Monroe Street to the Learning Tree.
Yes, so we are seeking permission from the board to transfer authority to you, Mayor, to sign any closing documents for that. We're hoping to get the closing scheduled, maybe end of this week, sounds optimistic, but maybe next week. And so that's what we need. We just need you to have permission to sign anything necessary there.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, and again, Wendy, the Learning Tree, from the Learning Tree has been a great partner. The Learning Tree is doing well. That building has a lot of work that needs to be done, and I think putting it into private hands, getting it out of city hands so that work can be done, and they're not gonna do it and then lose a lease at some point. They will now have ownership of that building, and so we will put the funds into a cash savings type account to protect for the future, and we're excited to see Learning Tree take over this building and make those necessary improvements.
You've already approved purchase agreement and everything. This is just the closing. The one favor we would ask of the clerk treasurer is we'll need like a draft of these minutes to give to the title company.
Easy.
Motion to approve?
We've already got that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. So this is something of, this is a unique one. Here, request for refund for trash charges.
I'll take this one. Emmanuel Fokianos, our office manager in utility billing, sent the board on October 22nd an email regarding 120 East Shore Parkway, Harborside. This account was created March 1st of 2023. It's a 3-unit commercial property that qualifies for inclusion in trash service through the city's trash ordinance. Monthly invoices, monthly billing has been paid on time since the account was created. E-Man states that he received a call from the owner in September of 2025 questioning the trash charges on their monthly statements as they privately contract with Waste Management for a dumpster at this property. E-Man says that he confirmed with our contact at Waste Management that this property is not serviced through our regular weekly pickup and never has been. The owner has requested a full refund of all trash charges that have been assessed since March of 2023. Hopefully that was attached. The total amount of that is $1,123.83.
So there is, by the way, member Romine will abstain due to conflict. What is our ordinance state on this? How far back?
Typically up to a year.
I was gonna say, I mean, we've
So
had,
that's
maybe not
further.
with trash, but we've had something similar come before Board of Public Works where.
In trash. is
Well, as a trash, okay,
It
ask
is
for a refund,
trash.
and
Or water.
we've given a refund for a portion of it, but at some point, I think kind of from the notes, you've got Courtney that says, you know, at some point, like, it is the responsibility of the.
Fill us in.
Customer
We
to
will be
say-
happy to help. We just need to
Yeah,
be notified.
yeah.
They qualified for trash service, so unless we were told that they didn't want trash service, we include trash service. They're part of the city's billing. So anyway,
And-
not our call, up to the governing body.
And the statement goes out every month on the water
Correct.
bill.
Yeah, I live in the city. My bill fluctuates from month to month depending on my water usage. I had a really high bill one month and I realized, oh, I have a leak, right? I mean, like, you gotta take a look at these things, so I struggle with this one.
The billing is line itemed out per service too.
Correct.
So there's no hidden fees anywhere. The billing shows what you pay for water, what you pay for wastewater, what you pay for stormwater, what you pay for trash, what you pay for public fire. It's all line item down there.
And the 1-year refund would be how much?
I'm not sure, I would have to.
But you had a number for,
Well,
was it 3 years?
the full 3 years is $1,123.83, but the billing for trash changes from year to year due to our ordinance, so I'd have to go back and figure that out. If it's the most recent year, it's $42 and 7 months of, the most recent billing is $42.12. So then you add that plus 5 months of $40.50. I can do that really quickly if you'd like.
And so we have done, you mentioned a year, have we refunded 1 year in this
My
situation? or was it less
recollection
than
is
a
we
year?
have done that on a couple instances. Not every time, though.
Right.
Right.
okay.
I mean, he has not received the service. I don't know how you feel, but to give a 1 year, not further back the second or
That would
third
be the
year.
max, yeah. I would, that's what I'd feel comfortable
You know,
with.
it's, the utility department, I mean, how many customers do we have, Courtney? I mean,
Almost 9,000.
yeah, so, you
And
know.
remind everybody to look at your bills, look at that, and with that, make a motion to,
A year is $497.34.
and we'll put a credit on file.
Yes.
Put a
I mean,
credit-
however the customer wants it, we'll just notify him of what we can put a credit, we can cut him a check, however he wants it.
Let's just make a decision, put a credit on file.
Well, the credit, he wouldn't have trash services, so we really probably should cut him a check for
Okay.
that.
Could it apply to water?
It
other-
could, but
Is that challenging?
It may
from a-
affect
we have
the
to take
budget.
it out of the trash fund, so I would just cut him a check.
So we'll make a motion to refund in check for 1 year of the trash services only. Do I have a second?
Motion. Second, yeah.
Just further discussion? Member Romine will abstain. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Jerry Jackson.
I've got 2 basement backup grants, next door neighbors, 1534 Second Street and 1532 Second Street. These stem from the rain we had, where we had a 4-inch rain here a few months back. For 1534, the cost of the plumbing changes was $4,677. The city's share would be $3,757.75. The residents' share would be $919.25. Again, that's for 1534. I recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion, and again, Jerry, this is with letter and numbers with the upgrades we're making from the city. Are we not to this point yet?
We're not, we're still well south of there, but that's in, the next phase of that is our B Street project, because that gives us an outlet for the neighborhood. So once we do that, then we can start moving further into the neighborhood and separating sewers.
And you'll be putting in a cap on this, or, I mean, so they can't flood again?
Correct, correct. What they do is they collect all the basement drains, whether it's a shower or washing machine or floor drain, into a sump pump and pump it up and out. And that way, there's no way the sewer can back in anymore.
And again, it might be a reminder to those people on letter and number streets, they don't have to wait for a flood to, correct?
That's exactly why this grant was put in place. We have a large city, and the cost to separate sewers over the whole city is astronomical. Takes us time, so instead of waiting, fix the plumbing, stop having backups.
And it seems that's the focus area, though, where we have most of the problems.
In the south of Lincoln Way out to about, 18th Street is our combined sewer area mainly. And although we've separated the, 18th to the high school now.
Is there, so outside of that area you mentioned, do we have any other combined sewers still?
Well, I always refer to it as Lawrence and East Jefferson, that neighborhood, north of Monroe Street up to Lincoln Way, that area. Still around the school. That's most of it. It's the older part of town.
Okay. But we don't seem to have too many of the backups over there in that area, right?
We've, the grant has really limited it. They've slowly tailed off as people have taken
Yeah, we don't
advantage
have
of it.
near as many as we used to. Gotten better and better each year. It's gotten better and better each year.
It has gotten better and better each year.
It's a great program. My parents both, they live on Fifth Street and have a basement drain. There's a large trunk line down Fifth Street. They used to have issues, and ever since this program was done, they haven't had any problems. The sump pump works fine. We check it out every once in a while. It really is a good solution to the problem.
And Lawrence could take advantage of this, because we were out at Lawrence last year with that flood. They could proactively take advantage of this too.
For sure, for sure. And we've done some work on Lawrence. We separated sewers north of Lincoln Way, that's tributary to the Lawrence area. But there's still a lot of work there to be done. Big combined area.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The second one is for 1532 Second Street. Total is $4,975. The city's share is $3,981.25. The resident share is $993.75. I recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I've got a bid report from our Tipton Street overpass, the relocation of water and sewer utilities. The lowest bid was $1,952,767.88. That's 1,952,767.88. That was 24% lower than the engineer's opinion of cost. The water portion of that is $1,453,068.29. That's 1,453,068.29. The wastewater portion of it is $499,699.59, 499.699.59. They reviewed the bids. There were no irregularities. The low bidder was Woodruff and Sons, who we've done numerous projects in the past and had very good luck with, and they're local, all good. I'd recommend we award, the board award the bid to Woodruff and Sons.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
That worked out great.
A lot cheaper than we budgeted for, which is nice.
That's wonderful.
All in favor?
And, well, so the,
Question.
so covering, it's great to be 24% lower than expected cost. And the financing for this is coming from where?
Our capital budgets, water and
budgets,
wastewater
okay.
capital budgets.
My watch is trying to answer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now, the most exciting news, the Stormwater Technical Manual. Everybody will read tonight.
Yeah, it's a really exciting read. Devin has been using this since it was developed almost 2 years ago. Or I guess it is, well, not quite that long.
It's like a bedtime story.
Yeah. So when a set of plans comes in and we evaluate them for stormwater improvements, both how much they store, size of pipes, how do they do their calculations from, I kind of got into this last night a little bit. If you build a subdivision and you got some water coming in this way, you have to account for that and carry it through your subdivision. This has all the rules, for how you do that. So this is when a developer comes to town, you hand them this and they say, okay, now I know what to do. We never got formal approval from the Board of Works, and I wanted to do that, and then I also wanted to bring up the idea as needed to make changes to this, and there aren't any that are hot at the moment. I'd like to be able to come to the Board of Works and say, hey, we need to make these changes. It would be a convenient way to get it done without going through some formal ordinance procedure, and I think it's appropriate. Maybe Nick can answer that.
Motion to approve?
So, second.
Discussion, and I would like to acknowledge Devin Hunsberger. I know you're excited about this. Anybody that would like to speak with you about it is welcome to have conversation. I think Devin does a great job for you in the field.
She
and,
does. Devin's been great. I really love having her on the team. I can count on her to be on top of things.
You know, Mayor, as Jerry talked about, we were in a meeting last night about a potential future subdivision. We haven't had many subdivisions, and as we get more professional and deal with hopefully bigger projects, having a framework that we can point to of like, this is how we handle things, because there are tough questions we'll need to answer to current landowners, tough questions we'll need to answer to developers, and we've got this process in place that the people on the ground can rely on and know that they'll have the support from the administration on their decision-making.
So how did this manual come together? I mean, is it?
Yeah.
This came about when we were updating the stormwater ordinances, and it's kind of a companion to that. This is the technical detail that's kind of behind those ordinances. Didn't seem appropriate to put all this in the ordinance, and this procedure, having the Board of Works review and approve, gives us a chance to make modifications much more easy than the ordinance, which are more general. So that was developed at the same time as the ordinances.
So this isn't something that existed before?
Yes.
It did?
Well, no, we didn't have this before, no. There, some of the language in it is similar to that in the zoning ordinance. This is just more detailed.
Mr. Kosher, maybe the analogy would be, you were on the school board for a long time. Congress will issue laws about education, and then it'll be up to the Department of Education to come up with the regulations based off of those laws. That's, I think, a good way of describing this right here.
Unfortunately, they're not doing anything right now, except taking a paycheck, so.
That was not the point of my
Need to get back to work. Both sides need to get back to work. So I do have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Tucker King.
So this is the first pay application for that solar panel project that we're talking about. In particular, this is for the old water treatment site out on Pumping Station Road and the East Water Treatment Plant, as well as some project development cost. So when we first brought this to the board for approval, I made you guys aware that we were going to have a large payment up front just to ensure that we can secure that 30% rebate that we will receive from the federal government for the solar panel project. And so this is that large upfront cost. So the total for this payment request is $275,922.35, which is about 21% of the project total.
Now, is this the same Schneider that did the civic work?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we've worked on quite a few projects with Schneider. I think Jerry's solar panel project was with Schneider, as the meter change out project with the water department.
So the pays 275.
Yes.
Work is 10% completed, so we're a little ahead here, but that secures being able to get that rebate.
Exactly. If you look at what we're actually paying for, it's purchase of solar panel components so that we can say, these are first of all, they're American-made solar panels, so that's a part of the regulation when it comes to the rebate. So to ensure that we're getting that rebate, we have to make sure that, there's an acronym for it, I can't remember exactly what it is now, but they're sourced, the parts are sourced well here in America, they don't come from concerned nations, I think is what the wording is. And then the project development cost, which is the design and the geotechnical work that's occurring out at Plant 2 today, things like that.
And 100% of the benefit will go back to the wastewater department?
No, water.
Water.
Yes, yeah, so I think in our initial approval process. I explained we'll be looking at about 70% efficiency in the summer and about 30% in the winter, so about 50% efficiency on average at Plant 2 and at the Kankakee Well site, which I do believe are your two largest power consumptions currently.
Yeah.
So
So we've seen LaPorte County be opposed to solar. What is the concern from your professional perspectives about solar? Why would anybody be opposed to solar? Why is this not a good thing?
I think it's a big win in particular for small government entities. It increases our resiliency, and it doesn't make our taxpayers or ratepayers beholden to NIPSCO and their ever-changing rates. I mean, this is a way for us to fight back against those increased rates every year and to make sure that we don't have to drive up our prices, at least for 25 years. I mean, that's the guarantee on these panels. So I think people are concerned about the lifetime of the panels. They're concerned about change in their community. I mean, it's the same thing we hear about pretty much every other project we do. And I mean, to be fair, it's a relatively new technology. It's been around for quite a while, but when it comes to recycling, I think we'll see what the future holds for it. You know, I mean, I think these panels have a lot of valuable materials that people will want to recycle in the future. I just don't think those processes have been developed fully yet. So
Yeah, recycling the panels is always brought out because it's a visible effect of solar power. Of course, the mining and disposal involved in solar power is about that much of what coal is. So while, yeah, there's definitely, all power sources have negative things. You have to mine, you have disposal costs, but they're very, very small for solar. And solar is if not the cheapest, it's neck and neck with wind for the cheapest source of power.
well, and it allows us to be more self-sufficient, which I think everyone wants. I mean, everyone wants to be more sustainable. Everyone wants to be able to have control over their small units, right? So I mean, this helps us to get away from being under the thumb of a larger utility entity that hasn't always worked well with us in the past, and for us to, you know, take on our own future a little bit, so.
Mr. Jackson, have you seen where solar that you've had out at your plant, there's been a downside?
I really haven't. The land that we put the solar on, we were mowing. It was it had been a lagoon that we no longer used, so it was unused land that was costing us money to mow. The solar is consistently giving us about 92% of our power each year. It's been very low maintenance. There's the biggest effort, and we're working to come our way around that using sheep, is mowing. But it has been a very good program for us.
Jerry, when you say 92% efficiency, what does that mean in dollars for people? So like a bill typically without solar panels is what, like 25 grand, something like that?
Our bill in the winter, when during the summer we produce more power than we use, and NIPSCO essentially runs up a bank account for us, loads that up, and then during the fall and winter we start eating that up, and then in late winter we're out of banked power and we're paying the full price. So all summer long we're paying $350 a month for the sewage plant electrical bill, and then come January, February we're paying $25,000 a month. So it's a dramatic savings. The payback, because the cost of electric keeps going up and up, is going to be around 12 years.
And what's the life expectancy of the panels?
They're guaranteed for 20. They generally last 25. And the way they lose efficiency, you lose 1% or so every year. So slowly over time they lose efficiency. The part that fails first is the inverter, the part that takes DC power off the panels and converts it to AC. That's about a 10-year life on those. So those will need to be replaced, in our case, in, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years. The intent is to replace those as they fail, because they work till they don't. So you might as well let them run till they die and then have spares on hand. So they are very low maintenance systems. We looked at wind and solar and elected to do solar just because the low maintenance.
Well, and really, if it's, so if those are not in place, and clearly there's a capital expenditure, right, to put them in place, I mean, there's that's
Yep.
there. But $25,000 a month, that's what is being saved for X number of months, 9, maybe 10-ish. So
Yes.
that would be coming out of the city budget.
For sure, and the way I did the payback calculations is I said, okay, we're gonna take a loan for this much, and then over time, we gotta pay for interest on that loan. So I took the whole value of that loan, what comes out of my back pocket to pay for that loan, and divide that by the value of the solar power we create. So it's, yeah, if we hadn't done the project, we'd be paying for that, for the
Excellent.
electrical power.
Further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Unfinished business. As you've seen the box here, we moved it for the picture, but Toys for Tots. Please, if you have contributions, both check, toys, anything, please, let's make Christmas better for all those families that may not be able to afford everything as well. Right now with the federal government shutdown, SNAP benefits, if you have canned foods, oatmeal, fresh produce, I know, or financial support for gift cards to go to Al's, whatever. You can go to the Salvation Army. I know you can probably go to the Center Township trustee. You can drop things off here and we'll get them to the appropriate places. So interesting time, and local government is where it's at to help make a difference. So further comments? Also took a tour of the Hammond YMCA yesterday as we look for a YMCA that our residents deserve when the LaPorte Y decides what they're going to do. Pretty impressive. And I think our residents are ready for something special.
How was the spin room?
I didn't know where I was, you know, I try to avoid that room, but totally dark, you know, had the red lights. I felt like we were in the 70s disco room in New York. But it was very impressive. Courtney, your thoughts?
Unbelievable. It was unbelievable. The city of Hammond is lucky, I can tell you that.
They even had, what was the E-machines? Was it E?
E-Gym?
E-Gym, where, and it seemed to be
like a
people
circuit.
more circuit,
Yes.
where you come up to it, the machine comes down to where you are, the seat comes up, it sets the weight for you, you don't do anything, and it shows you on the screen. Except
Just sit?
just sit and work out, and it shows you to go,
A
how slow to go
resistance
down.
river, not a
Yes.
lazy river, a resistance river. There's a little kid zone area. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. Thank you for the invite.
And I think they went from 2,000 members to
They're at 35,000 members.
35,000.
Yeah. It was, I mean, the traffic, just, Mark Schreiber and I were sitting outside waiting on the mayor to get there, and the
It was because Courtney passed me on 94.
I did. You're allowed to go 70. He was going 65. Grandpa was going 65, so I passed him. But, or listening to a podcast, he said, but I don't know that I believe that. But, no, the traffic coming in and out of there was, I mean, it was unbelievable. Energy, it was every type of person, young, old. It was cool to see. So, I mean, the whole community was, and it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't even like busy time. It was just, it was awesome. Yeah.
And the
You get lost in there.
low-income families that may not be participating now in Hammond pay 31, is possibly as low as $31.
Well, they have a sliding scale. I'm sure the LaPorte County Family YMCA does as well. But for the Family Pass, I think they said they discount up to 50% of the membership. So I think the membership is 63 or 65, so they discount up to 50%. And there's, I mean, the Kid Watch area, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And I think there's an expansion going on right now, an outside water park area there. I mean, they're lucky. The community is lucky. You don't even have to go to a if you have kids, I mean, anyone in your family, you could just go there every day for $30 a month, $60 a month,
See,
unbelievable. It
look
was
at the
unbelievable.
smile. You love it. You're excited. You're ready for a new one.
It was unbelievable, so.
It's gonna be it's gonna be beautiful here too. We're gonna do amazing
Absolutely.
things for the entire community. There's gonna be something for every resident. And
couldn't agree.
it's gonna be very exciting times.
With that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Have a enjoyable day.